Hey there everybody, Lost Tourist here. Thank you for joining me on this flight video log. I did this flight back in November 6th, which was a week ago approximately. And it was actually a really nice weekend, especially for November. I mean, look at the ground here below this. It still looks green. It still looks good. And there are, at the time, the leaves are already gone. All the fall colors were already gone. But it was a nice day all overall. Actually, on this day, I got in this flight and I was able to actually, later on in the day, Andrea and I went out on our motorcycles and we actually went out for a little bit of a ride. I did this flight and it was around about 1:30 in the afternoon. So the temperature was around, I don't know, 15, maybe 13 degrees. It wasn't cold. It was just perfect, and there was no wind. And as you can see, the sky was perfect. And I just wanted to get out there and fly the drone around, and not really looking for anything specific to film. I just wanted to just fly around and enjoy flying. And it was a really nice day for a flight. I remember that the way the day was planned for us, we knew it was going to be a good day for being outside. We had things to do. We had to go down to Guelph, Ontario to do a few things. And with the weather the way it is, I mean, there's not a lot of days left that you can get out there without winter setting in. So I wanted to make the most of the day. So it was a busy day, but we were able to do everything that we had to do, and I was still able to get this flight in on the way home, which I'm thankful for. Now, ideally, it would have been nice if we had got this done earlier in the day, but as it turned out, you know how life is. Things, you gotta do the stuff you gotta do first before you can do the fun stuff. So as it turns out, by the time I got to do this flight, I was kind of in a little bit of a rush because we still want to get in some riding on the motorcycles that day, and and the daylight was burning away, and as it was when we got home and got on the bikes, we were able to get in a ride for about 2 hours, but by the time we got home, the sun was down and we were a little bit frozen. And again, I mean, the subject matter that it's being filmed isn't that interesting, but at the same time, when I'm watching the footage, it's just it's still beautiful to me. Like, it looks nice, the colors are nice, and even though I didn't get a great subject matter to shoot, it was just an overall great day to fly. And actually, I loved flying in this area. It felt really great to just bomb around and not really worry about capturing anything on the video. Everything else on the video was just secondary. Man, it was a really nice day for flying out here. I mean, pretty soon I'm going to be flying and there's going to be snow down there. And I'm actually looking forward to flying and getting some nice winter shots as well. But, you got the gloves on, the mitts on, and everything else. And I'm not looking forward to the cold. 2016 has turned out to be a pretty good year for the weather, and Andrea and I were able to do a lot of stuff this year outside. Like we did a lot of rides on the motorcycles, and I'm not sure if I can remember if I did a lot of flying or not. I think I did a fair bit of flying, probably not as much as I wanted to, but it's been a good year for being outside and doing stuff. Now for 2017, next July, we are planning a big cross-country motorcycle trip. Andrea and I, we're going to ride from Ontario, and we're going to go riding up to Jasper, Alberta, and then while we're there, we're going to do some riding through the Rockies, the Canadian Rockies. And I'm really looking forward to that trip. It's going to be a long trip, the longest trip we've been on the motorcycle, so it's going to be a challenge, and I'm really looking forward to it. We've started making plans kind of loosely in our heads and saying how far we're going to go per day, that sort of thing. And naturally, as with any trip I take, I like to take the drone with us, and to get images and video of Canada and from above. But obviously, being on the motorcycles and being that it's going to be a long trip, longer than what we normally do, taking a drone with us is going to be a little bit iffy at this point. I think ideally at this point, maybe I'm hoping, again, this is a big maybe, that by that time next year, July, I will be able to afford the Mavic Pro from DJI, which is that foldable, collapsible drone, which doesn't take as much space. Now for the rest of this year, 2016, I've got half of November left, and I've got December, and I'm hoping during that time that I can still get at least, 8 decent flights up in the air with the drone and get some nice footage. So now I'm on my way back to my piloting location here with the drone, and I'm just bringing her back. Andrea's watching the drone, and I'm looking up in the sky, seeing this drone coming back towards me. And then at about this point, as I'm pointing the camera down to look down, unfortunately, another drone flies above me. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I see this drone another 100 feet above my Phantom, and it's flying easterly, and it's just booting it. And I'm thinking, well, where did that come from? And where is the pilot for that thing? And I was actually waiting for it to come back my way, but it never did. It just kept going. Maybe it was heading home. Maybe it was down that way. And I gave it a half a second to think maybe I should go kind of chase it, but at that point my battery wasn't, I don't remember what the battery level was on my Phantom at the time, but I know I didn't have that much flying time, and who knows where that would take me. But it was pretty cool. All of a sudden, out here in the middle of nowhere, virtually, there's no one around, and there's other drone comes flying above my drone. So it was pretty cool. Anyway, thanks guys for joining me on this video log, and I hope you give me a thumbs up down below, and subscribe if you haven't already.